Hello, I'm Julia Cordova. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel and liking my videos. So last week was amazing. I'm so happy that I was able to talk to Uncle Rico and also that I was able to get the word out to everyone else. When I started talking to him on Saturday, I was taking notes, and I was gonna say what he said in my video, and then I realized it was just a lot, and I was very afraid that I would potentially not get something right. But now all of the hedges that we talked about last week are off. So let's do the party. I'm going to talk about how I traded last week and what my plan is this week when I discuss charts. So let's go. All right. Okay. Here we go. So exciting. All right. So let's start off by looking at SPX or ES futures on the weekly. This is a big freaking green candle, and the wick, the top wick, is actually very small. So what we have so far is we have so far a lower high from this previous high and then from the previous high before. So we are still, and we have did I do that right? I don't know. We also have three higher lows. So we have lower highs and higher lows. We have essentially triangulation so far. But even if you kind of squint and you go and you look and we're close, we're very close to a breakout here. Now, as far as RSI goes, we are now back above the ambulance line. So on a weekly basis in RSI, so we shall have to see whether or not this week would potentially be a false breakout of that line. But if you again sort of squint your eyes and look, this could be a bull flag in RSI as well. Both things are possible. Now, I know that's annoying to hear because I know everybody wants certainty and you want a call, so I'll make a call, but not on this chart. All right, let's look at the ES daily. Everybody who is telling me we have a triple top, I would like to do some just light education right now. Do you see where there's this 1, 2, and 3, and they're like pink, and they are like here, here, and here, and you see how all three of these are at the same level? That's a triple top. And again, do you see that here? 1, 2, and 3, and do you see how all three of these are at the same level? That is also a triple top. Like, you could squint at these three, and it's hard because my little jibber jabbers in here. It was easier before these candles came about to see that these three, 1, 2, 3, and these three, 1, 2, and 3 are the same level. Like, you'd really have to get up in there with a line to figure that out. This one, and this one are not, it might go higher, but it's not a triple top. That's okay. That's my educational lesson for right now. Again, a very bullish week. Here you can see it depicted in candles. Now, if you've ever followed me, you probably know that I do not care for hammer candles or dragonfly type candles in uptrend. Do not like them. Don't like them at all. That doesn't mean that it can't go up more, and if it does, and I'll talk about on the NQ chart, but if it does without consolidating, I'm not going to like it very much, because this candle by itself is not very good consolidation. Although I will say in ES more than NQ, at least there was more drama. There was a little bit more drama in ES, I thought. So anyway, I didn't draw in the line. I just, I don't know. Let's see. I don't think this will be similar, but oops, what am I doing? I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. Let's see if I take this one. It's, oh, jeez, I hit the wrong button again, y'all. I'm having a Sunday. Yeah, so Is that useful to us? I don't think so. It's not. So lots of people have drawn in these triangles. Some people have said it's broken out. Some people have not. I don't really care. I mean, I can eyeball it, and it's not important to me because these are typically the kind of things that computers and algos know that people like you and me are drawing. So I know they're sneaky. They're sneaky little people, sneaky little computers. So I do not know, though, just by looking at this, other than looking at the candles, other than looking at the fact that it's barely holding above one of Eric's things, and also knowing that Eric here tweeted about the Dow. Yeah, it's very close to its measured move, his measured move of rightness. So it can absolutely go up from here, and if it does, I am playing the NQ, but if it does, I will flip. Probably not actually, because I'm getting bearish again. But I'm just one third in right now. So anyway, it looks to me that if it does break out here without more consolidation, it looks like it's not going to have the juice to go much further, and then we'll come back down. That is what it looks like to me. It could be, however, I don't think so, but it's possible that it tries to get like a double top here. But this looks like ugliest. If it does do that, that will be the ugliest freaking double top I have ever seen. I will not know where the center is. It will look very bizarre. So if it does get up here, I'm going to tell you it's probably going to go further without. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me without, but it needs some consolidation, in my opinion, because I mean, even if you look at here, look at all the green candles in a row, they weren't quite so large. Yeah, so that's just my opinion, but I think it needs consolidation before it goes up. If it goes up without consolidation, it's going to go way down. That's what I think. Now, as far as like what makes sense, and I probably should have said this at the beginning of the video, but I'll say it now. So in 2016, I bought UBIXY the night before the election, or excuse me, the night of the election, because I had a little I had a gut feeling that Donald Trump would be elected president, and I knew that wasn't expected. And so I thought at midnight I was going to be rich. And then I was not. Because even though the unexpected happened, the market still went up, which is why this time around, and let me show you the Nasdaq here, and this is the Nasdaq daily, which is why this time around, when we were at the gift line, and I was talking to, I got a hair in my mouth, hold on, sorry, okay, and I was talking to Uncle Rico. I think it's probably a dog hair. Is it the worst? I'm not even gonna, okay, let's just go. When I was talking to Uncle Rico around the dog line, around the gift line, I also thought the most unexpected thing would be, no matter what on the election, and this, I didn't think this, I mean, I'd like to say I thought this, I kind of thought it, but I was chicken shit to say it. But anyway, I thought there was a very good odds of, because everybody thought the election was going to be a shit show, and because in my poll that 40% of people thought the election would be contested even if it weren't close, I just thought there was a very good chance of some upswing here. And then now that we have a winner of the election, I want to point out that 69% of people thought, in one of my polls, thought stocks were going to go up no matter who won. In other words, I did a poll that said Trump up, Trump down, Biden up, Biden down, and the ups added up to 69%. I didn't actually care who people thought were going to be president. I was actually just doing are you thinking that no matter what, stocks are going to go up, or are you thinking that they're going to go down? So 69% of people thought pretty much no matter who won, right? Because whatever, that stocks were going to go up. And I know that's a sneaky way of doing things, and I know that the logic could be, you could disagree with me on that. I don't care. That's just how I do my polls. So Okay, now, I actually went long on Sunday night and then took some partial profit and then went long again on Monday. I did not go long at the exact bottom. It does not matter. I held like a cat hanging onto a tree in a hurricane. I held. And then during election night, see what I mean? This is less dramatic than ES was. We have less candle wicks. Interesting, huh? Interesting. Because I look to the NQ for everything else. Now, I switch around. But anyway, during election night, at one point, somebody I respect very much sent me a DM and said, "Oh, you know what? I'm a seller of this booth here. This is going to be a contested election. Da 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 da." And I sent that person a heart back. I was also scalping down, but then, and I considered closing my long. But then I thought to myself, because I was listening to the newscasters, and they were saying that, geez, wouldn't it be so 2020 to have a tie? And I thought, no, I think the most 2020 thing would be to have a contested election and still have it go up. Now, from a logical perspective, though, I will tell you this, and I don't know. I did get the logic right on there being a dip before the election. I got that logic right. Sometimes my logic's right, sometimes it's not. Anyway, my next logic is, I think that if President Trump measures how good his presidency is based on the stock market, that's really not an if, is it? He does do that. He has done that. It would make logical sense for the stock market to go down if somebody else was declaring victory. That would make logical sense. Right? Right. I think so. And it would also, if you think about it, be good for Biden because, unlike probably President Trump, he probably won't start measuring the success of his own presidency via stock market. He probably won't do it at all. Maybe he will, but I don't know. I don't think so. Anyway, he probably wouldn't do that until he is, what do you call it when they're like crowned in? I don't know. Inaugurated. So I think it makes sense for both of these guys for the market to go down a little bit before it goes back up. That's what I think. I do. And also I think that from a technical perspective, and I wish I had published my daily chart because it would have been easy for people to scalp from, but I didn't do it on Friday because I was tired. I was very tired. I probably got, I don't know, 20 hours of sleep over the week until Friday. So anyway, I was tired. And I know probably that's a lot of sleep. I don't know. I need to get 8 or 9 hours of sleep at night. I know, right? I know. But I do. I try. I don't. But I need more sleep than I got. That's for sure. Anyway, I didn't publish this on Friday, but I should have because it went down exactly to my line and then bounced back up. But anyway, I don't like this kind of thing. And if you think about how people say stocks are supposed to be, it's supposed to be stairs up and elevator down, right? This looks like somebody got on the escalator and as a prank, somebody like flung them up. That's what it looks like to me. And in that case, if it does overshoot here and go higher, yeah, I think that's super bearish. So the possibilities that I'm looking at for next week are that we have some consolidation and then potentially move up. If it goes up immediately, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to get more and more bearish. Or it comes back down. So the week before last, the most bearish thing that it did was it had gapped down and then gone down the whole week. And then Monday morning, like first thing, it went up and filled that hourly gap. Oh, I should show the hourly chart, but anyway, it went up and filled that hourly gap, and then it came crashing down. And I thought that was super bearish. The second that it filled that hourly gap in the 9:30 hour, 9 o'clock hour, I was like, ooh, that's like super bearish. So that would be bearish if that happens, or if the weekend futures are correct and there's a gap up. It would also be bearish, I think, if it went up the whole night and then pooped at the 9 a.m. hour. I think that would also be very bearish. So those are the two most bearish things that I can think of happening. And I will update you live on Twitter, but I am holding a 1/3 short position right now, which I will add to if it gets back below probably here, probably this 11,887.56, but I'll have to look at the hourly. Let's look at the hourly, shall we? So on Friday, and just look at this, by the way. Look at this. Bada bing. Bada bing, right? It doesn't quite look similar yet, but anyway, I was thinking there would be some, this is the Nasdaq hourly, in case I didn't say that. I don't know, I'm still a little tired. It's okay, I'll catch up. I thought what might happen is some beautiful consolidation here and then potentially go back up. But if I'm being my normal self, you know, we have a flag here, we have a flaggish thing here, but this just looks to me like it just didn't get enough consolidation to hold as of yet. There's another flaggish, shish, not really thing here, but still, I just don't think it's gotten enough to hold in case it goes higher. I don't. So we'll see. Right now, I'm 2 for 2 out of my squiggles. This is my third squiggle. We'll have to see whether or not the squiggle works out or not. So really, yeah, if we get much above, let's do this here. If we get much above 12,200 or so, then I'm going to start to worry a little bit depending on what it looks like. But for now, I am not worried at this. I'm worried. Believe me, I'm worried. I'm really actually very nervous, which makes good sense. Thank you, Lord, for letting me be nervous, because whenever I'm not nervous, well, okay, no, that's not true. When I'm freakishly confident, I'm usually right. But when I'm not nervous and I just think I'm right, then sometimes I'm wrong. So anyway, right now I'm nervous, and that's good. That's usually good. Sometimes it's not, but it's good. All right, I think it is. Anyway, okay, now let's talk about the dollar, shall we? So I had thought that it would get to the martini line before it would get back down here, and I was incorrect. And then I think I told people that if it did go back here and get below it, then I would draw in this pink slope. And so far it has bounced off of this pink slope. And let me go ahead and put a number on here. Okay. It is 92.20 or so. I don't actually know what the low of the candle is. 92.19. It's pretty good. Not that I'm trading it, and not that I would have gotten the direction right either. So, anywho, yeah, if right now it is below RSI support, there's not any kind of divergence there. It looks actually okay. Is there though? Let's get bigger. No, there's no divergence there, because lower close, lower thing here, but yeah, it pretty much for tomorrow or Monday, for it to not, I'm gonna say, be a freaking disaster and go down here, which is now higher likelihood of it going back up, but who knows? Anyway, it needs to hold about 92.22 or so for it to have a chance. And I do mean like, so you mean there's a chance, like that kind of thing, because it looks really freaking ugly right now. Just keeping it 100, it looks very ugly, which doesn't mean anything. Sometimes the best things in life are not the beautiful things. I don't know. Anyway, let's look at gold. So gold, this is the weekly gold, had a very strong week. It bounced right off of RSI support, and I had said that, you know, if you were inclined to think it was going up, it wasn't a bad time to scale in. So yay the people who scaled in. I did not. I'm still waiting. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for Godot, I think. I just still think that it might poop. I do. But that, you know what? That's just me, because everyone else seems to be very bullish. So that's just me, maybe. Anyway, so I'm going to say if it holds the 1926.1, which is here. Let me put a price marker on that. Oops. Price label. Okay. If it holds the 1926.1. By the way, TradingView sent me a mug that I left at someone else's house. So I can't really post that. So, but anyway, they sent me a mug. So thank you, TradingView. Yay. Okay, so 1926.1. Yeah. So if it holds above there, right now it's above the MAs, the weekly MAs. Right now, all the MAs are starting to curl up. It's quite bullish looking. So if you are inclined, sorry, let me turn that off. If you are inclined to buy more and it back tests this 1926.1 and holds, I would say yay you. And it might be me. I might go ahead and buy it if it does that. I don't know, probably not. So let's look at silver. But anyway, from a technical perspective, it looks very bullish. Yep, that is accurate. So everything else is just a feeling I have from watching price action for so long, and you really can't go off of feelings. So anyway, it looks very bullish to me right now. It looks like it's broken out of the flag. So unless it tucks back in this week, and if that happens, it will be quite bearish, at least down to 1773 or so. So we'll have to see if this is a pivotal week, because now it's, can we hold the breakout or can we not? That's what this week is all about for gold. Let's look at silver. It's not quite as bullish looking as gold was. It's still inside of the bull flag and hasn't broken out yet, but I know that people had a stellar week last week. I will say, from a technical perspective, this candle closed higher than this candle. This RSI is just ever so slightly lower than this RSI. That is the smallest of bearish divergences, but make a note. Make a note. So because I still think that there's some shenanigans going on, and it could not be, it could be a correction over time and not price, but because I think there's shenanigans going on, I am still going to wait until it breaks above this 27.29, and then I will buy it. More of it anyway. Otherwise, if it does back test this 24.65 level, that would be a good time, I think, to scale in if you are so inclined to do so. Otherwise, this 21 would still be part of the flag, and this 19.57 level would be buy it, in my opinion, because that would be a back test of the original breakout, right? Right. All right, let's look at oil. I did go a little bit long at the end of last week. However, I am not happy about that. So that's what I mean. Like I had such a good week, and then I'm like, let me just buy some oil and some natty, and both of those didn't really work out that well for me so far. So anyway, let's look at this. So really, you know, I'm making fun of myself here a little bit, but it still, to me, looks like it is basing, and potentially this week, as long as it holds the low from last week, and I really do think it needs to hold the low from last week, which is, oops, what am I doing? How about it? Control Z. Yeah. Let me look here. I'm just trying to move the thing up. Okay. The low from last week, this past week, was 33.64. So as long as it holds 33.64, I'm telling you there's a chance. If it does not, it will probably go all the way down to 29.36, in my opinion. I could be wrong. That's what I think. If it, though, does hold this low, and in fact, and also I should say, just looking at it here, it looks like it does look like it's basing, but there is a lower low and a lower high. So even though it looks like it's basing, that's what I mean. It better hold, in my opinion, better hold that low from the past week on this next week. Amen. I just think it looks pretty bullish. I know that's weird. I know. I didn't say it openly on Twitter because I could be wrong. It's possible. Let's look at Natty. Oh, Lord. So I got stopped out of my Natty position sometime midweek. I didn't care because I had a really good week. But then I bought it again on Friday. And yeah, it's not bullish looking at this time. At least, well, I mean, these candles aren't bullish, right? It's Natty. So here's what I think. I think if it gets back down to 2.79, that would be a good scalp up, at least on Monday. I think that if it gets above 2.986, that it actually might have a chance at not looking abysmal anymore. So, that's what I think. I'd either buy it here if I hadn't bought it already. I did. I bought it already. I don't know why I'm whispering. I don't know. It feels more intimate. And it's dark in Florida. This is like Cordova after dark at 5:36 p.m. Okay, anyway, that's what my plan is for natural gas. Now let's talk about coffee. Oh, that was a good one. That was a great one. So I bought it. Like I said, I bought it last week, and it did not get below this low from this week, which was 30.66. So I kept it. And now overall, even though it looks nice because it's a green candle after 3 reds, it still has to hold. I'm not going to say the low from this past week, although it kind of does. Yeah, okay, I will say that. Do I want to say that? No, it still really needs to hold this 30.66 level. But it is a lower high and a lower low. So even though it's a pretty candle, and even though the volume looks good, we still have to wait. Now, at some point I had tweeted that if it got to higher than 32.7, that I thought that would be extra good. It did not. And that was the high from this previous week, because then it would have looked engulfing-ish. That's what my logic was. But it doesn't. And, you know, it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. It's still following the curve. Now, this is also, I should say, because I'm not the technician. I didn't go to school for this, obviously. This is really not typically where a head and shoulders would be. Usually a head and shoulders is a bottoming pattern or a topping pattern. And it's not like there was a severe uptrend and then or downtrend, I should say, before this. It's just, I don't know. It's a wavy thing. So who knows? Anyway, at this point, the MAs are, the longer term MAs are, like the 20 is a little bit pointed up. That's a good sign, but the price is below it. That's a bad sign. The 9 is really pointed down, and we're below it. That's not great, although we're bottom catching, and we have a bounce off of this RSI support, almost perfect. And the 50 is just wah, 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 wah. So I'm 2 scales in as of now. I will stop out of my second scale below this 30.66, I think. Yay, I remembered it. And just hold my second one then until it gets back. Or we could have very positive price action this next week, and everything could be great. Okay, that's it. I'll make myself big. Thank you again so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel and liking my videos. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will see you on the interwebs. Okay, bye!